This match had already shaken world football before a ball was even kicked. One phone call from the US president, an unprecedented reprieve from FIFA, and a collective backlash from European football over politics poisoning the game. The man at the center of it all, Folarin Balogun, ended up on the pitch after all. Then the match kicked off. Final score, Belgium 4, USA 1. After all the noise, the ending was a comprehensive defeat and elimination for the host nation. What this game left behind wasn't the glow of a classic, it was one enormous controversy. Here's the breakdown. First, what actually happened on the pitch? This was a Belgian rout. Belgium went ahead in the 9th minute through Charles de Ketelaere. The USA drew level in the 31st with a deflected Malik Tillman free kick. But de Ketelaere restored the lead just 2 minutes later with a header, completing his brace. In the second half, a catastrophic handling error from goalkeeper Matt Fries gifted Belgium a third. Romelu Lukaku added a fourth in stoppage time to seal a 4-1 win. Balogun, cleared to play amid all the controversy, was handed a one-on-one with Courtois in the 78th minute but was denied. He ended the night silent. The defeat knocked the hosts out in the round of 16. With Canada beaten by Morocco and Mexico by England, all three co-hosts had bowed out in the same round. But the real story was never the scoreline, it was everything swirling around the match. It all started in the round of 32 against Bosnia and Herzegovina on July 2nd. Balogun had scored, but was then sent off in the 64th minute for stepping on an opponent's ankle. By the rules, an automatic one-match ban meant he could not face Belgium. Then, right before the match, FIFA made an extraordinary call. Citing Article 27 of its disciplinary code, it suspended his one-match ban for 1 year. The red card stood, but the punishment was deferred, a move with almost no precedent. According to the BBC, of the 189 red cards in World Cup history, this was only the second time a player escaped the suspension. The problem was the backdrop. CNN, the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal reported that President Donald Trump had personally called FIFA President Gianni Infantino to request a review. Once the reprieve was announced, Trump posted on social media, thanking FIFA for correcting a great injustice. He went further. He said that if Belgium had won with Balogun sidelined, he would have called it rigged, like the 2020 election. FIFA maintained that this was an independent decision by an 18-member disciplinary committee. Infantino stressed the independence of FIFA's judicial bodies, while admitting he had, in fact, spoken with Trump. The backlash erupted from every direction before kickoff. Belgium, the opponent, was first and loudest. Their football federation said the ruling directly contradicts the World Cup regulations and vowed to fight to the end to protect fairness. Coach Rudy Garcia answered with sarcasm, "I thought July 5th was European April Fool's Day." Football's heavyweights piled in. Jurgen Klopp was blunt, "If Trump and Infantino really agreed on this, it's insane." He added, "Two people who know nothing about football shouldn't be involved in anything to do with the game." Sepp Blatter, the former FIFA president and Infantino's longtime adversary, wrote that a red card is not cancelled by a political phone call. And he signed off, Quo Vadis, FIFA. UEFA weighed in too, saying FIFA had crossed a red line with an unprecedented, incomprehensible and unjustifiable decision. The criticism came from within the United States, too. The core concern wasn't the red card, but that the president's involvement itself could damage trust in the tournament. One political commentator called it lose-lose, beat Belgium, and the win is tainted because it needed the president's misconduct. Lose to Belgium, and the president interfered, and they still couldn't win. ESPN's Mark Ogden was similarly grim, no one benefits from FIFA giving Balogun a pass, not even the US team. And there was an irony layered on top of it all. Balogun was born in New York, a so-called birthright citizen. The very system the administration has sought to end was the one that gave him his American citizenship. Fan reactions were a mix of mockery and anger. A 6-second meme of Balogun flashing the referee a photo of Trump, a Trump card, instead of a red, racked up millions of views. The man at the center of it was unfazed. He posted a photo of himself in front of US fans, soundtracked by Michael Jackson's Bad. And he had earlier insisted, "Anyone who's played football knows my tackle was unavoidable." US soccer chose its words carefully, "We respect the committee's decision and are glad Balogun can play." The federation even left him off its official media availability to keep the story from spreading. Coach Mauricio Pochettino went on the defensive, arguing the red card itself was harsh. He was careful to add, though, that he had played no part in the process of getting the ban lifted. And when the game finally played out, all of it dissolved into anticlimax. Balogun, revived by a presidential phone call, missed his clear one-on-one and faded into silence. The USA lost 4-1, the host nation's pride collapsing at home. Afterward, American outlets ran headlines, even Balogun, saved by Trump, made no difference. The second half of that lose-lose prophecy had come true, almost word for word. A host nation that accepted political interference and still failed to reach the quarterfinals only deepened the questions over FIFA's integrity. One point is worth noting: for balance, the deferral mechanism itself wasn't brand new. Back in November 2025, Ronaldo had part of a 3-match ban deferred for a year, after an elbowing incident. What drew the fire this time was the fact that a phone call from the most powerful office in the country sat behind it. Amid the storm, the actual winners were calm. Belgium had drifted since finishing third at the 2018 World Cup, and crashed out in the group stage in Qatar. With their golden generation widely written off as fading, a return to the quarterfinals felt like a genuine reset. Having survived a dramatic shootout against Senegal to reach the last 16, Belgium dispatched the hosts with authority. Next up, Spain. Belgium will meet La Roja, who edged Portugal 1-0 in Los Angeles on July 11 with a semi-final place on the line. A round of 16 tie that began as a political drama ended with the elimination of the host nation. The result on the grass was clear enough at 4-1, but the questions left off it look set to linger. How did you see this one? Should a single phone call ever decide a red card? Let us know in the comments. We'll keep breaking down the World Cup's biggest talking points. See you in the next video.